Hello and welcome to Find Out Nation. I'm one of your hosts, Jaime.
I'm one of your hosts, Nicole.
And we're here to talk about what happens when a nation starts fucking around and finding out. This week, it is the day before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I am adorned with a pimple patch, so if this is distracting to everyone, I apologize, but I'm trying to look good for Thanksgiving. Okay, so Federal Express came. It was very exciting. We're all done now.
Yes.
All right, Nicole.
Yeah. Want some
Day
countdowns?
before Thanksgiving. I am thankful that we are about to have a countdown that is going to make my little heart soar. So,
God, I hope so. No pressure. Okay. 310 days in.
That's close to a year. We're getting closer to a year all the time.
We're getting there. Yeah. 341 before the midterms.
341? Really?
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like it was shorter last time we talked. Like it was like
I just refreshed it. It didn't change. I'm sorry. Your heart's not soaring now. I'm so very sorry.
At least it's less than a year. At least it feels like it's
exactly.
Right.
Yes.
That's right.
Very
so,
true.
Okay. My heart will at least be happier, but I feel like
that's right.
341 sounds really long. Like
yes,
I feel like it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh God, is that maybe, but no, it says 341 days to Tuesday, November 3rd, 2026.
And how many times has he been golfing? Do we know that?
He has not been cited since Saturday the 8th.
Okay. Do we think it's because he's like been in the hospital kind of thing?
I mean, I definitely think I saw that weird video of him walking one of his grandsons around the White House or outside the Oval on the sidewalk. And I'm like, he's not looking real stable on his legs.
He's not doing good. Peepaw is getting older.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this week isn't quite as crazy as last week was. Last week was, I kept calling it the Four Loco presidency,
so
which we are fully in the Four Loco presidency. That is for sure. But a lot of the stories from this week just stem from last week. But speaking of Trump looking older, this guy just can't stop giving his opinion about female reporters.
Oh God. What now?
So last week we know he called the reporter Piggy. Which was it? I can't remember who it was, tried to go on something and defend him and said, oh, he was saying Peggy.
I know. Like,
yes.
So stupid.
Okay.
We all heard it. Like, yes. Quit trying to defend it. At least Caroline Leavitt didn't try to deflect it. She was just like,
exactly.
Yeah, he's a dick, and this is why you all love him. Like, that's pretty much what she said from the fucking podium.
You are not wrong. And then, of course, we heard him admonish reporters during the Saudi Arabian prince visit.
Yes.
Okay, so this latest week, there was an article that came out on the New York Times that described Trump as aging, and it was like, is Trump aging? Is he getting yes.
Ouch. Right to his vanity.
He did not like that. He didn't like it at all.
I bet he didn't.
This is from NBC News. President Donald Trump insulted a female reporter's appearance on Wednesday when he called the New York Times' Katie Rogers ugly, marking the third time in recent weeks that the president has criticized a female reporter in personal terms. In a post on Truth Social, the president called Rogers a third-rate reporter who is ugly both inside and out. One day after Rogers and a male New York Times data reporter co-authored a piece saying there were signs that Trump was aging in office. In the post, Trump also disputed the accuracy of the story, writing, "They got this so wrong." Of course, Trump doesn't mention the other reporter.
Correct. Only the women.
He only talks about Katie Rogers. That's right. And he calls Times a cheap rag and an enemy of the people.
Oh, my God.
I know.
An enemy of the people. What the fuck?
Okay. Why does he think anyone cares what his opinion is?
Why what?
Why does he think I care what his opinion is?
Oh, right.
And this is so indicative of a man that's found in the Epstein files.
Yes.
That
100%.
his opinion is the only thing
weighted.
important.
Yes.
So important, so weighted. And really, it's only his opinion about what a woman looks like. He has no opinions about men that he's reporting on.
Right. Right.
Like, what a dick.
Yeah.
I just had to tell you that.
Well, and that's the crux of the problem, is that he hasn't been punched in the mouth enough times in his fucking life for running it like he does.
No shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yes.
You, yeah.
Well, and we talked about this last week. Like, if Trump insulted someone right in front of me, what would my response be? And you had mentioned, like, I don't think I could keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would hope I wouldn't keep my mouth shut. Like, we both come from, like, hopefully I would say something.
Even in this hearty, case, what the fuck?
Right.
Is enough to sometimes shut the room down. You know what I mean?
But I will tell you that the New York Times swiftly came to the defense of they did a good job.
Good.
Yes, they swiftly put something out. Now, granted, this was again on, like, he posted his on True Social. They posted their response on X, and their response was like, let's see, a spokesman for the New York, again, this is reported by NBC. A spokesman for the New York Times stood by Rogers in a reporting telling NBC News on Wednesday the Times reporting is accurate, is built on first-hand reporting of the facts. Name calling and personal insults don't change that, nor will our journalists hesitate to cover this administration in the face of intimidation tactics like this. Expert and thorough reporters like Katie Rogers exemplify how an independent and free press helps the American people better understand their government and its leaders, which, Jesus Christ, no kidding.
Yeah.
So, it was nice.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't want
to
cut you off. I just find it interesting when someone who looks like Trump is out here calling people names. And I've always found that interesting about him. Like, we could start with the hair on top of your head and I'd drag it straight to hell just on that.
But then, to your point, there's 20 other things all the way down your body.
Yeah.
From your yam tits to your cankles.
That's
like,
exactly
honey.
Right. And
so I was reading a post on Facebook and it was like, how come the threes are always the first to comment on the looks of a woman? And I'm like, that's exactly 100%. What it is. Yeah.
Yes. That think delusionally they can bag a 10. But it's why you're out here in the Epstein files raping 13-year-olds. Because
that's exactly right.
And that's Melania, exactly right. I'm pretty sure you got her because of Epstein.
Well, we know it. We know he was the one that introduced him. We know he got Melania because of Epstein.
Card, and Trump needed another wife.
That's right. And so he bought her like he buys everything else.
Yep.
Just like, it's really depressing to think about. But regardless, like, I need,
fuck this guy.
If there are any threes out there listening.
Yes.
No woman needs your opinion on her looks. In fact,
on anything.
In all fairness, no matter where you fall on a scale.
Yeah.
No woman. I had this great meme that was like, the only reason you need to know my weight is if I'm sitting on your face. Like, that is the only time where it's appropriate for you to respond about my weight. And it's the same with my looks. I don't give two shits how you feel about how I look. If you want to give me a compliment, great. But if you have anything else to say, I don't care about your opinion.
Choke on it.
Exactly.
Fucking choke on it.
Exactly. Okay. So this week we've had some movement within the Republican Party. Last we spoke, we knew Marjorie Taylor Greene was obviously, like, being called a traitor, getting death threats from the Republican Party. Trump had just eviscerated her in several of his posts, calling her Marjorie Traitor Greene and et cetera, et cetera. We knew she wasn't running. Last Friday, she announced her actual resignation. I think she said she was quitting January 5th.
Yeah, something 6th? Like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So in her resignation statement, she wrote, I have too much self-respect and dignity.
Right. Okay.
I love my family too much and do not want my sweet district to have to endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president we all fought for, only to fight and win my election while Republicans will likely lose the midterms. And in turn, be expected to defend the president against impeachment after he hatefully dumped tens of millions of dollars against me and tried to destroy me. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. Right. Like tone deaf. Are you serious? You're going to equate yourself to a battered wife?
That's what I was getting ready to say. Are you fucking kidding me with this?
No shit. But she says, and this one I agree, standing up for American women who were raped at 14, trafficked, and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States of America, whom I fought for. So she's right on a couple accounts.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, we have to defend 14-year-old American women, for fuck's sake.
Right.
All week long, I've seen memes that are like, you don't hear people calling them 14-year-old men. Like, they're all still children. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But there's also the high likelihood that the House will flip, or at least there's the chance that it will flip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene's frustration has been, you know, we were sold on a bill of stand behind the president and we will get an agenda done.
America first. Yes.
That's right. And she basically came out and was like, the only agenda that has gotten done is the big, beautiful bill that basically granted tax breaks to the wealthy. And she's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
But we knew that was going to happen, Marjorie, because we read Project 2026, you dumb twat.
Exactly.
You're fucking knew that's what was going to happen.
Yep. You're exactly correct. So I've been reading articles, and there was an article that was that came out in Punchbowl News, which I had not heard Punchbowl News, but I will tell you, like, a lot of legitimate, like, I when I see news coming from a source that I'm like, oh, I've never heard of this, or something I know is hyper left or hyper right, I tend to like not want to include it in what we're talking about, because I'm sorry, I can find all sorts of articles on NPR that say Trump is the devil. I can find all sorts of articles on Fox News that is like Trump is a messiah. That doesn't help the conversation.
Right.
But Punchbowl News was actually like quoted by several legitimate news outlets. So the article basically sums up in a quote from what they describe as a particularly exercised senior House Republican. Oh. And I'm wondering if this is coming from like a Rand Paul or like a Thomas Massie that we already know, or if it's actually like from a Mitch McConnell or something like that. But here's what he says. This entire White House team has treated all members of the House like garbage. All. And Mike Johnson has let it happen because he wanted it to happen. That is the sentiment of nearly all appropriators, authorizers, hawks, doves, rank and file. The arrogance of this White House team is off-putting to members who are run roughshod and threatened. They don't even allow little wins like announcing small grants or even responding from agencies. Not even the high profile, the regular rank and file random members are more upset than ever. Members know they are going into the minority after the midterms. More explosive early resignations are coming. It's a tinderbox. Morale has never been lower. Mike Johnson will be stripped of his gavel and they will lose the majority before his term is out.
Oh my God.
I know. We've heard rumblings of other, specifically members of the House, but also Congress people who are very much like, hey, do we really want to stick around here and get our asses handed to us when we go up? Because if you voted for the big, beautiful bill and you have done nothing else, and like Mike Johnson came out and told everyone, okay, when we're back in session, we're getting shit done. But all of the like legislation that's been brought has all been forced legislation. It's not getting voted on. It's not getting discussed like it's supposed to. Like they run everything and still nothing is moving forward. Nothing.
Yeah. And the thing with MTG that I find a little disingenuous is that she's doing it right after she gets her pension, her lifetime pension.
For sure. Like there's no doubt.
Yeah. Like you're trying to make it sound like you have had this change of heart, or that like now your eyes are open to the corruption and to the bullshit and all this. I don't buy it. I do buy her reaction to the Epstein files. I think that is legit. I think that is true for her. The rest of it, I think
she would still defend Donald Trump if she had the opportunity.
If he called her tomorrow and kissed her ass and started putting that on Truth Social, how great
I do not even think he would have to do that.
You don't?
I honestly think if he wanted to invite her just to stop by the White House, she'd be like,
She'd be doing
okay,
a
I'm
heartbeat.
here.
Yeah.
Like the way she talks about Trump, I
Yeah.
know she says words like battered wife,
Yeah.
but that is not at
Yeah.
all how she's viewing this in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Yeah. I do hope that there's a reckoning coming. I hope that there's a mass exodus. I'd love nothing more.
I do and I don't, because
Oh, okay.
if Republicans leave, it gives an opportunity for new candidates to come in to be like, well, I didn't vote for this shit.
Oh.
Keep Republicans in place because I didn't vote for this. It's not my fault. Marjorie Taylor Greene voted for your big, beautiful bill. I never would have done that. Don't worry. Keep me, hire me and I won't let that happen.
That's true.
So
And it opens the
I'm
door
really
for
actually
even,
hoping.
like stronger MAGA folks.
Yeah.
To take their places. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. So that's where I'm really hopeful that we don't see the mass exodus, that we just see the discontent inside the party, and that people are like, and let's be honest, I have always been political, but I am not a person that cares about winning as much. So I have never been interested in politics. Like this is what I enjoy, is discussing it. I've never been interested in actually running for political, because I don't crave winning. I don't crave power. A lot of people I know are like that. These people generally crave power.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so for them to just give it up, I'd be surprised, even if they are frustrated. And because now, right, because Trump's only going to last 3 more years at the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
They could be, they're talking about their livelihood for the rest of their lives, theoretically. And so I don't know that people are willing to give up that power and give up their position.
That's true. That's a good point.
Easily. And so I'm hoping there's not the mass exodus, because then once Speaker Johnson gets out, they can be like, oh, we were told we had to, vote for it. We didn't have a choice, this, that, whatever. So anyway.
Yeah. I'd love nothing more than to see an MTG do to Mike Johnson what she did to, what's his face?
I would love, because I think she's gone, right? I think she's out. She's not going to do anything else. I mean
somebody like her. You know what I mean? That would try to that would call the no confidence vote and try to strip him of his gavel to his fucking face. That I would love.
Yes. Yeah. So to your point, I could see a Lauren Boebert or
somebody like that doing it, and then the humiliation of him having to have his gavel stripped would be fucking great.
Oh God, girl, you're not wrong. So that makes my little Thanksgiving heart sore right there. Yeah. That thought that might happen at some point would just make me fucking delighted. Delighted.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other thoughts on Republicans?
Nah.
Okay. Let's move to the Senate. Okay. Where we heard this week. So last week we reported out about Mark Kelly and several other senators coming out and putting out a video just reminding our servicemen that they don't have to follow unlawful orders.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot since then. The White House, I can't remember if it was JD Vance that said it or someone else, but they came out and said, if Trump's giving the order, it's lawful.
Yeah.
Which just about made me like...
And I think Caroline Leavitt said from the podium that they have not issued any orders that weren't lawful or legal or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's not true, but okay.
Does she know that they were just randomly bombing people?
Boats?
Right. Does she know they invaded Mexico?
Right.
I'm just the invading Mexico is one thing.
Yeah, but does she know that Kristi Noem willingly defied federal orders to keep the federal agents in these cities and due to the mass deportations with ICE? She intentionally defied federal orders. Judge's orders on that. You know what I mean? That's illegal, Caroline.
And just killing people is illegal, like, just so you know. And so I get the fact that, like, if we have a military reason and Congress has declared war, that is fine. But just getting a directive from Donald Trump to go off and kill someone, that is not legal. Like, you can't just do that. So anyway, since that time, Pete Hegseth has announced that he is investigating Senator Mark Kelly. So Mark Kelly is under the United States something of military code, where he has to, like, adhere to the military code. So again, Arizona Democrat reminded all of us that the military were not required to follow any unlawful orders. The Pentagon on Monday said that it was reviewing what it called serious allegations of misconduct against Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona for making the video with 5 other Democratic lawmakers. The Pentagon said Kelly, who is a retired U.S. Navy captain, might be recalled to active military duty and face a possible court-martial on the allegations. Kelly, in a response on X, said, Secretary Hegseth's tweet is the first I've heard of this. I also saw the president's post saying I should be arrested, hanged, and put to death. If this is meant to intimidate me and other members of Congress from doing our jobs and holding this administration accountable, it won't work. I've given too much to this country to be silenced by bullies who care more about their own power than protecting the Constitution. A fucking minute.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Like 25 years, I think, is what he served, which is why he's getting his full retirement. And it's why he's the only one of the 6 Pentagon Pete can do anything about right now, or thinks he can do anything about right now. But what he said was true and accurate.
That's right.
They do not. In fact, I think now granted, I'm not military. I'm not married to somebody in the military, but I believe the military code says if you believe you've been given unlawful orders, you are required to report those up the chain and defy them. Like, that's part of the Nuremberg thing. Like what we talked about last time. That's what came out of Nuremberg. You don't get to just say now, I was following orders. Like, we have a military code for a fucking reason.
Okay, so
am I wrong?
This is from ucmjlaw.com. So take with it what you will. Okay. I don't know if, again, I have not confirmed the validity.
We're doing it on the fly.
Right. Article 92 can service members refuse an illegal order. A recent federal court decision has put the issue of illegal orders back in the spotlight. On September 2nd, 2025, Judge Charles Breyer ruled that former President Trump's deployment of thousands of National Guard troops and active duty Marines to Los Angeles violated the Posse Comitatus. How do you say it? Comitatus Act, a federal law that restricts the use of military force in domestic law enforcement. The ruling raises an important question for service members. So it says, under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, UCMJ, Article 92, service members must obey lawful orders. Failure to obey a lawful order can lead to serious punishment, including court-martial. But there is the key qualifier that it must be lawful. If an order is manifestly illegal, service members not only may refuse it, they have a duty to do so.
That's what I thought.
Obeying an illegal order can expose a service member to criminal liability. Yeah. So that's what we've been hearing lately, is like this big question of when do we consider a order actually lawful or not? Blah.
Yeah.
So the question is, when do they actually consider an order lawful or unlawful? Because they're saying like, oh, Trump gave it to you, so it's lawful. Right. Bullshit. That's not how our laws work. Like,
that's right.
The whole point of this, the whole reason why that has been created is like the Nuremberg trials, when they all claimed that Hitler was just telling them what to do, and that made what they were doing lawful. And they said, no, I'm sorry, that is not the case. Like you should not complete a order that is not lawful. Come on.
We have a constitution that they swear to uphold and defend.
Yep.
That yes, when they go into the military, and we have laws that they have to follow. This is why we are not a dictatorship. He is not a fucking king.
That's right.
He can say, I want you to carpet bomb fucking Los Angeles tomorrow. They can't follow through on that order because it's not fucking lawful. So
That's right.
you know, I don't. The fact that Pentagon Pete is even entertaining the idea of calling him back up into active duty just to fucking court-martial him, I feel like this is going to go for him the way Letitia James and James Comey's court cases went for them this week.
Indeed.
And then I would honestly hope, actually, that should Pentagon Pete actually follow through with this, he loses his fucking job and potentially gets court-martialed because what he's doing is illegal. Like,
Well,
what are you doing? You're trumping up charges just to prove a fucking point because you're mad that the service folks are being reminded of their oath of office? Like, I don't understand.
Indeed. Well, it's the same thing as what happened with the Comey and Letitia lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
They literally did something illegal, and that's what got the case thrown out.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are so fucking stupid that this is what you're doing. And Pete Hegseth, is this really the hill you want to die on?
And he knows, James. You know he knows.
Yes.
The man served in the military. He fucking knows that what
This
they
is what
said
I'm
was
saying.
valid.
This is where we are seeing people who are selling their souls.
Yes.
Because can you imagine if Barack Obama had tried to use this same, or Joe Biden had tried to use this same defense? MAGA world would have lost
it.
Their mind.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's no way. There's no way.
I know.
Yeah. And
like,
that's also why a Fox News host is in the position that he is in currently.
Yeah.
In this presidency, and why this shit didn't fly in the first Trump presidency.
That's right.
Because there were enough career military and politicians in these kind of positions that they wouldn't let it get this far. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you're a boomer or older, you know, my parents were 1946. They were the beginning of the boomer era. We were talking about it this weekend. So they would like to point out that not every old person is boomer. There's actually even older than boomers out there.
There is still part of the greatest generation alive.
That's right. The greatest generation does still survive in some areas. And so, like, those people who are super MAGA, super Trump, and are seeing this happen, like, how do you reconcile that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I was not around for World War II, despite the zit on my face. And I was not there. But like, I know what happened. Like, if you know anything about it, you know what happened. And if you are not making a clear connection between what happened then and what Trump is doing now, you just are willfully refusing that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're refusing to acknowledge the facts on the ground.
Exactly right. I mean, just how annoying is it? Okay. Speaking of breaking the fucking law.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the pedophile in chief.
Oh, yes, let's.
So the Epstein File Transparency Act was signed on 11/19. We know that they have 30 days to start like releasing files.
Yeah.
In an effort to be able to release files as quickly as possible, Kash Patel spent something like $850,000 in overtime last weekend.
Jesus Christ. Doing what?
Trying to redact
the black Sharpies. The black Sharpies on fire, is it?
Yep. Yes. So I guess he called in a bunch of FBI agents. And like I said, I think that the total amount that he paid was almost $1 million in overtime. To people to clean up the files, and because he anticipated that they were ready to start releasing them. Of course, then Kash Patel was interviewed by Catherine Herridge, and he said that, well, we have our files ready, but we have been asking for the Epstein estate to release a bunch of files to us so that we can release them to you, and they're refusing.
What? That's
right. So the FBI director said he was working with the DOJ to determine what could lawfully be produced, but there were also orders in place to keep certain details classified. Patel said he would try to keep redactions to a minimum, We have in our productions to Congress, which have been historic to this year, and we will treat every matter in the same fashion while upholding always victims' rights, Patel said. He then was asked directly if the FBI would meet the 30-day deadline, and his response was that the FBI and DOJ are committed to producing what they could legally, and said some court orders prohibited the disclosure of information. Okay, Tom Massey is heated.
Oh, God.
He posted on X that the comments are a troubling deflection of the FBI.
Oh, yes. Shit.
So, like, Patel's already making excuses why they're not going to be able to supply the data within the 30 days. He is clearly, like, having as many people as possible to try and go in and get these files ready and have everything redacted.
Okay.
And can I tell you, I have spent some time on the website that has all of the files so far.
Yeah.
Okay. This is from what I can't tell if this is a text or like a Skype exchange.
Okay.
And they don't say who Epstein was talking to, but I'm guessing it's Ghislaine based on the conversation back and forth.
Okay.
And I had to take like the data and I downloaded it, and it's just 8 pages of text. And there's all these like HTML tags and stuff. So I had to like get Copilot to strip all that out so that I could actually get content of the messages. Content starts. Nice article about girls for Trump. Now Natasha should understand that I don't care about her photos.
What?
The other person says, do I look cute? And he says, we Googled you. May I call you? Okay, so they have a call. This is why I'm like, is it Skype? Because it's like they Teams message and then they get on a call.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he says, I'm leaving Monday. And she says, when? And he says, Monday. Trump coming to London will be crazy. She responds, the girls are free around 6 p.m. He says, I'm at the museum. She said, fun? He said, yes. She says, her friend? And he says, it was sent to. And she says, from Prague said that she never received $750 US.
Oh my God.
Like, there is some stuff here.
Yeah. Like I had seen, so I have not done as deep a dive as you have done, but I did see one thing that I found was in hold on. It was on page 8 of one of the House Oversight documents that was on there.
So that was House Oversight 018224.txt.
Okay.
So I as I read through these, if I find anything juicy, I'll try and label them. But okay,
like,
yes.
So this one was on page 8 of House Oversight Doc 013463. Epstein's phone directory from his computer contained more than 14 phone numbers for Trump, including emergency numbers, car numbers, and numbers to Trump's personal security guard and houseman.
Yep.
14 numbers?
Yep, I saw that. Yep.
Like, yes, I guess maybe like the number to Mar-a-Lago and the number to Trump Tower in New York and maybe Trump Tower in Vegas. And like, I don't know all of it. But yeah, so like 14 fucking phone numbers for him.
Yep. There's some ties there.
Yeah. Like you've got 14 phone numbers for him. It's because you needed to he wanted to make sure you could always get a hold of him.
Oh,
wherever
for sure.
He was going to have girls.
Yes. If someone has my security guard's phone number.
And the houseman's guard, like what the fuck?
Yes.
Oh my
100%.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah, so interesting. Okay. Let's discuss.
Yeah.
So I just heard this today. I don't know if you heard this today, but I know this was your story, so you might have heard it before me. But Caroline Levitt's nephew's mother was detained by ICE?
Yes, she's been detained by ICE. So her 11-year-old nephew's mother, Bruna Ferreira, is in custody at an ICE facility in Louisiana facing deportation to Brazil. She's the former fiance of Michael Levitt, Caroline's brother, who he is now remarried. The child has always lived with him. I don't know what the dynamic is there.
Okay.
But Ferreira's sister has started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money to fight the ICE charges and allow Bruna to remain in Boston. A source familiar with the matter told the Daily Beast that the individual is the mother of Caroline's nephew. They have not spoken in many years. The child has lived full-time in New Hampshire with his father since he was born and has never resided with his mother. The Daily Beast reached out for additional information on discrepancies in the couple's living arrangements after a 2014 article on Levitt winning $1 million referenced an engagement to Ferreira. The couple at that time was living together with their son, who was 8 months old, according to the report. So, little discrepancies. But a DHS spokesperson told the Daily Beast that Ferreira was a criminal illegal alien from Brazil who's currently at the South Louisiana ICE Processing Center and is in removal proceedings. She had a previous arrest for battery. She entered the U.S. on a B-2 tourist visa that required her to depart the U.S. by June 6th of 99. Under Trump and Secretary Noem, all individuals unlawfully present in the United States are subject to deportation. However, they were unable to confirm the details of the battery charges against Bruna in Massachusetts' online court records.
Shocking.
They can't verify that she...
Right.
You
well,
know.
and I heard that she's been applying for a green card. So she's been in the system waiting for a green card. She hasn't been denied or anything like that.
Yeah.
She owns a business. She pays taxes, the whole thing.
Yeah. Her sister
and to your point, they claim she's criminal, but have yet to produce any actual evidence of her being a criminal.
Just like most of the people we detain through ICE. Yeah, and her sister said that Bruna entered the U.S. with their parents in December of 98 on a visa, and that she has maintained her legal status through DACA.
Yeah.
And she has followed every requirement and has always strived to do the right thing. So
these are the threats to our society that we are making sure
that we're worried about. Yeah.
Yes, exactly right. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah. So I really hope some reporter asks Caroline Levitt about it at the next press briefing.
Well, and I heard that they did ask her for a comment and she said no comment.
Oh,
I'm curious to your point if she does actually come out and give a comment because honestly, like, if she wants to, like, anyway, we'll see. She
better stand 10 toes down.
Yeah.
And be like, well, we don't give a fuck about DACA recipients. And she was supposed to depart and she didn't. So fuck her. Like, that's how she feels about everybody else that ICE is detaining.
And so to your point, it would not surprise me if that's what the statement that she officially releases. Yeah. It's like, yeah, fuck her. She deserves it. And it'll be just interesting to see, like, how she spends it. So
yeah.
Interesting. The other thing that kind of major happened, and I know pissed a lot of people in my Facebook feed off because I'm old, so I still use Facebook, was redefining nursing as a professional degree.
God. So many degrees. Yes.
Yeah. So it wasn't just nursing. There were a lot of degrees that were downgraded. And, they said it was so that they could, like, lower limits on loans so that they would be able to change, like, federal grant money and federal lending money based on what these people were, like, trying to, do. But of all the people that I want to make sure have plenty of funding, it's nursing.
It's nursing and teaching.
Nursing and teaching.
Yes. And I love how in 5 years we've gone from nurses are the backbone of this country. Nurses are the most important, profession that we can have in this country when we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic, and they're essential workers. But now, fuck them.
Yeah.
You don't need all this money to go to grad school. You don't need an actual nursing degree. I also found it interesting that we're downgrading what is considered a professional degree on a lot of degrees that are mandatory reporters for physical and sexual abuse.
Oh, someone pointed that out, to your point. Right. So anybody that's in a professional degree, so the big beautiful bill introduced a new cap on borrowing. So if you have a professional degree, you could borrow $50,000 a year, $200,000 lifetime cap. For people that are in non-professional degrees, you can only borrow up to $20,500 per year and only a lifetime limit of $100,000, which
is nothing considering how expensive college is now.
Exactly right. I went to a local college And granted, I like it's a private college, but it is local and it is priced accordingly, and it still was fucking expensive.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine if I'm trying to get a nursing degree, which requires not just like 4 years of college, but requires like residency and clinicals and
Yeah.
this and that, almost as much as like, anyway, I just can't imagine like being like, well, after $100,000, good luck for you. And to your point, it wasn't just nurses that were downgraded. There were several other degrees that ended up getting downgraded that all are, to your point, or not all, but a lot of them are mandatory reporters.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And I'm hearing that like there is a lot of outcry. And of course, this is like, I'm curious if this is Linda McMahon being stupid or if it's actually Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't either. I'm curious, like who it is that in the Trump administration that's really driving this change, because it's got to be somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't understand why in the bill they made the changes to the Parent Plus loans and how much you could borrow based on what type of degree you're pursuing. Like, why do we care? Why do we care? Like, if you're willing to take on the debt to further your education, to get into a career path that you want to be in, what we need to be talking about is how fucking insanely expensive it is.
Well, I think it's because Republicans know that at some point Democrats are going to call for a forgiveness of loans.
Forgiveness of it.
Right. Yeah. And so this is their like attempt to try and limit the amount of those loans that are at some point going to be forgiven. Like, to your point, if someone's willing to take on the debt, they're willing to take on the debt. Now, there are defaults all over the place. And I know that happens. And especially since they're tanking our economy. Yeah. But the reality is like, if they take away government loans, it forces users to get private loans. And that's how their friends get rich.
Yep.
If I'm paying interest to the federal government, I'm paying it at what the federal government is paying. Like it's a small number. If I have to go to Discover Card and borrow money there, now I'm paying, Discover or whoever it is, Chase Bank or JP Morgan. And now
Sophie
they're making that's right. Yeah. So it's a way to force, because again, on the government side of things, we can just forgive those loans if we decide to take it as a loss, put it into our debt and figure it out later. Yeah. But of course, we don't want to do that. And this forces students, especially nurses that want to stay in school longer, now they have to go for private loans. So that's the point of all this.
Yeah. And it's ridiculous.
It really is. It really is. And it's very frustrating to make those kinds of changes without any clear understanding or explanation as to why that is. So, you know, I don't know. Nurses aren't that important anymore, I guess.
I guess not.
Yeah, they say that degrees required to become a physician's assistant, who a lot of people I know see a PA.
I was going to say, I see a PA all the time. If I can get in to see her faster than I can get in to see my doctor, then do it. I don't care.
Degrees required to become a physician assistant, nurse practitioner, or physical therapist are now excluded from the definition of a professional degree. And if there's one area that we need more people to be able to enter into, it's fucking medical care, for crying out loud.
You're silly. Like, we only need RFK Jr. You're so silly.
Even RFK Jr. disagrees with this.
Then you know,
like, that's how crazy this is. Here's his quote. Listen to this. I don't know why we would take this away, Kennedy told News Nation about the changes. So we have a looming nursing shortage, even greater than before. So this is going to stop nurses from going to school to be teachers for other nurses.
Right.
Yeah.
That ding ding ding. The call's coming from inside the house, you dumb fucker. Like,
exactly. Huh. But again, he was willing to sell his fucking soul for the power.
Yep.
So great. I love this. I love this journey for us.
Yes.
All right. Last, and this is an article that neither Nicole and I have done a ton of research on. So we're just going to talk about it briefly.
Yeah.
But we might bring it back next week, depending on like the impact as we start looking through it. But we heard today that the government is redefining what human rights violations are at different states. So they're including things like DEI, protection of abortion rights, and protection of care for gender affirming care as human rights violations. So this I just heard about it this morning. It sounds like it's coming directly from Trump that we are going to now consider transgender care, DEI, and anyone that is like taking care of or supporting state-sponsored abortion is considered violating human rights.
Human rights. Yes. Yeah.
Thoughts?
Oh God. I don't even know.
I got to tell you, I had to read it multiple times to understand what the fuck they were trying to say.
Yeah.
Because, there's like the Declaration of Human Rights, and then there's what do we consider, like, we have our own, this is what we consider, whatever.
Yeah.
I had to read it multiple times to understand exactly what this meant. But basically, the State Department now considers DEI policies, mass migrations, anybody that supports state-sanctioned abortions, again, those are human right infringements. Isn't that insane?
Yes. Like, I don't.
So, I know, girl. An MSN article says the U.S. State Department will require its diplomats to describe enforcement of diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, alleged facilitation of mass migration, and government funding that supports abortion medications as human rights infringements in its next human rights report, a senior State Department official said Thursday, as the Trump administration moves to further align the report with its domestic policies. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is what we want to spend time on. And now we can literally say, like, oh, Finland is violating human rights.
Right.
Holland, Denmark, Switzerland, they're all violating human rights.
Yeah, because they treat people like human beings.
Right. So, yeah. It says that it's a move likely to target traditional European allies for alleged freedom of speech and human right violations. So that'll be fun.
Oh my God.
We're going to end up in war at some point. Like, it's 100%. Just going to happen. Like,
if he doesn't die fast enough, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Those are the things that I have. The one other thing that I just wanted you to be aware of, and obviously when I put this out, this is like breaking news, as I've been on some of these websites. This is breaking news that's come out. But there are 2 West Virginia National Guard members who were shot in the District of Columbia and have died.
Whoa.
Yes. And so it says they were just blocks from the White House, the state's governor has said. There is nothing that has said what the motivation of the shooter is. All 3, the shooter and the 2 guardsmen, went to the hospital, and it sounds like the 2 National Guardsmen have died. So
no status on that we will. Like,
I have not really been able to read well enough to really understand what's going on.
Okay.
I know more than 300 West Virginia National Guard members were deployed to Washington in August. About 160 of them volunteered to extend their deployment until the end of the year, while the rest of them returned to West Virginia. Agents from the Secret Service and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives were on scene. At least 1 helicopter landed on the National Mall.
Shit.
President Donald Trump was in Florida for Thanksgiving, but warned in a statement on social media that the animal who shot the guardsman will pay a very steep price.
Oh, God, I hate him.
Yeah. So they don't know.
They haven't said anything about
why it happened.
Yeah. What the hell?
I know.
Oh,
so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. If this is going to end up in he's Democrat, he's a Republican,
right?
He's coming after, whatever. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Yeah. And so I just wanted to mention it to our watchers because next week could be a whole shitstorm of, oh my gosh, there's a shooter that killed 2 National Guardsmen,
Yeah.
and now it's become a political firestorm. So we'll see what happens.
Yes. No kidding.
All right. On
Whew.
that somber note,
Yes.
I am hoping that you have a happy ending that will bring us some joy.
I do. I have a happy ending. So, yes, our happy ending is coming out of California.
Okay.
And it from the Bay Area specifically.
Okay.
There is as someone who has grown up in a small town around farmers my whole life. My great grandfather was a farmer. You know, state fairs and all of that kind of shit. Your little local county fairs. When I read this article, they're just so freaking cute, and I was like, "This is yeah." So there's something called the Little Partners Rodeo, and this dad, he's a cowboy whose son was born with Down syndrome. He started this, so they host 40 kids between the ages of 4 to 17 to an all-day event where they can be cowboys and cowgirls for the day.
Aww.
They get to ride ponies, practice their lassoing skills, and test their balance on mechanical bulls.
Aww.
Yeah, they said it's hard to find things that they can do and do safely and have fun. But everybody wants to be a cowboy, cowgirl at some point in their lives, and this is a way that we can make their dreams come true.
Girl, you are not wrong. Like, honestly, I am a city girl through and through.
Yeah.
I hate horses. They terrify me. But I rode a horse when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I have a pair of cowboy boots. We've been to Nashville before. Like, everyone wants to just dabble. Yes. Even if you are city all the way, right?
100%. Yeah. Like I rode horses growing up, not like, let's not be crazy about it. I had grandparents, you know, farmers, whatever. I got thrown from a horse. That was my last time being on a horse. So yes, the idea of like going to a dude ranch, I'm like, oh my God, it sounds so fun. I don't like to be dirty and I don't like to be outside. So really, I just want to go sit by a campfire and bullshit. I don't want to have to actually do anything. But I do love going to a county fair and watching those fucking little kids
100%.
When that mutton busting is happening, I get so much joy out of watching them do it. I think they're so fucking adorable. So these little kids, I think it's so cool that this dad like figured out a way, you know, for what he does for a living to help his own child who has developmental disabilities be able to do it too, and other kids that would never get to experience something like this. So I just thought it was 1,000%. Yeah,
I agree. That is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to find some pictures so that we can put up some adorable pictures of kids doing fun stuff.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
I would like to let you know.
Yeah. Oh God,
Donald Trump was at his golf course during the shooting.
Is he been cited? Oh. Okay,
so we might have.
We have more. Well, you should have more then when we convene again next week.
Indeed. So if we don't see an update, we might have to call bullshit on the Trump golfing counter. Yes. Because we at least have confirmation that during the shooting, Trump was on the golf course. So anyway,
God. Of course he was.
Yeah. Okay, well, I will look for some pictures and try and post those up of the kids doing some fun things. So you might have to send me that article if I can't find it. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that is all I have for today. Nicole, anything else that you had that you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we appreciate everyone that has joined us. I hope you all have a fabulous Thanksgiving. Let's all be grateful that there are people in our lives that are not Trumpers.
Yes.
For any of you that have to have a Trump Thanksgiving, know that my heart goes out to you as someone who also has to have a Trump Thanksgiving. So, right.
If you can find it, I don't know. God, I don't know. I might be taking an edible tomorrow before my event starts.
My husband might as well.
See. Yeah.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility to get through. I have 4 boxes of wine in my house.
So you don't need an edible. You're just
I feel like I will be covered. But for anyone else, you know, I encourage you to not discuss Trump and politics. But if you would like to give them a link to our podcast, feel free. And then they can hear all about our opinions.
Yes.
With that said, happy Thanksgiving. We love you all. Goodbye.
Bye.